Hey guys, what is up? This feels a little bit odd, I'm not gonna lie, speaking to my camera because I've been out of practice for a good 3 weeks, maybe even coming on to a month now, which firstly I just want to say I'm so sorry for the lack of content. The last month has just been wild. I am gonna bring you up to speed on it, but I'll do that in a separate vlog video. But hey, I hope everyone's doing well and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hey, my name is Ebony, I'm a naturopathic nutritionist, and today's video is actually all about food. I'm going to do a little food haul for you guys because I'm in France right now, I haven't said that yet. Something that they have over here in France is amazing markets. There's so many fruit and veg stands, and everything's really fresh. It's like an organic fruit and veg stand as well. So I'm gonna do a little weekly shop with you. So we're gonna start off with the market bits, and then later today I am gonna go to one of the main supermarkets and I'll show you what I get there for the week as well. Okay, you're gonna have to bear with me with the camera angles as well, by the way, guys. I've only got this tiny little tripod with me. Anyway, I'm gonna start off with the cruciferous vegetables that I got. Now, cruciferous vegetables are things like broccoli. So I've got 3 things of broccoli. We've also got a cauliflower here, and another thing that I also picked up is a bunch of kale. I quite like it because they do a mixed bunch, so you can get this gorgeous Cavello Nero. This is that really deep green kale, and then you've also got the more curly kale as well. This is quite nice for salads. Now, if you are one of my clients watching, you will know I talk about cruciferous vegetables so much in my practice, because they have some amazing benefits for the body. So they particularly are fantastic for your liver health because they contain something called indole 3 carbinol. My mind went blank then, and that basically helps to support your detoxification pathways or your process in your liver. So not only are cruciferous vegetables just good for general liver health, but they're really good particularly if you're suffering with things like hormonal imbalances, which I help clients with all the time in practice. And also one of my key areas is acne, and whenever we're trying to promote clear skin, you always want to have some good liver support in there as well. Right, moving on, another leafy green that I got was some spinach. Guys, look at the size of this spinach. I literally have never seen spinach leaves this big. I mean, some people watching this might be like, this is so normal for us where we live. But in England, our spinach leaves are probably about that size. I never ever see this. So yeah, amazing. I tend to like to add spinach into things like smoothies. But yeah, you can also add it into obviously your cooking as well. It's a very versatile leaf. And the other thing also to point out, guys, when you're shopping for your veg, try and get some of these darker greens in your shopping basket because these are really rich in lots of vitamins and minerals, like things like magnesium, for example. Yeah, it's really important that you get those dark greens in and don't just stick with lettuce and things that are very light and water based. Okay, moving on, let's stick on the green theme and then we'll bring in some colors. Always pick up my cucumbers. I love cucumbers. I always like to have things like crudité and hummus throughout the day as a snack. Moving on, I also picked up 2 courgettes. I don't really have too much to say about them. And then I also picked up some beans. So I got some of the standard green beans. Then I also saw these in the market and I thought, oh, these look really nice. These are kind of like runner beans, but what I like about these ones are little ones. So yeah, I picked up some of those. Things like this, I don't necessarily use them for any particular recipe. I will literally just cut them up. I'll chop them into salads. I'll put them into a pasta dish. I'll put them into pretty much anything that I'm cooking. Just chop up these kind of things really small, chuck them in and just get that veg in for the day. Okay, next up we've got tomatoes. The only thing I would say about tomatoes, particularly from a skin perspective, is I try and not overdo it. So me and my mum actually probably will share these between us. Something that I notice is, well, firstly, tomatoes are technically a fruit, not a vegetable. And what I do notice is in a lot of my clients who have particularly things like eczema and these kind of allergies on the skin, tomatoes are a trigger for a lot of these conditions sometimes. So if you do suffer with something like that, it might be a good idea to see if these are a little bit of a trigger for you. It may not be about having to cut them out, but maybe you might have to be really conscious about how much you eat and just, keep it to a minimum really. I also find they are quite sweet tasting as well, particularly as they are a fruit, as I said. And from a skin perspective, I do notice if I overdo it on tomatoes, my skin starts to get aggravated, even from a breakout perspective. In fact, in Ayurveda, if I am correct thinking this, I think tomatoes are actually a pitta increasing food. In the Ayurvedic sense, basically pitta increases fire in the body, which is the common trait of skin conditions and irritation. So yeah, just something to be wary of and just keep in mind with tomatoes. Next up, we have got some carrots. This is also an essential for me for crudité. I love snacking on a carrot with some hummus. It did actually come with all the top on it, but my mum just cut it off and juiced it all. But yeah, there's a little bit there. We did have all the top on the carrots as well. Carrots really rich in beta carotene. So anything with like an orange skin is rich in beta carotene, which is your preformed vitamin A. Something some people don't know about vitamin A is if you get that kind of like chicken skin, what it's called, on the back of your arm, like the little bumps, sometimes that can be a sign of a vitamin A deficiency. So getting a couple more orange veggies in your diet might be beneficial there. Okay, so in terms of fruit, my go-to on this trip so far has actually been bananas. I like to just have half a banana in my smoothie in the morning. It's kind of a new thing for me because I actually used to find bananas really affected my skin. Like if I ate too many, I used to eat like bananas all the time, and when I cut them out, my cheek acne really reduced. It's always something I'm mindful of when I'm reading people's food diaries. You know, if you're over consuming bananas and you have issues with acne, it's always another thing just to keep in mind and just see, you know, if it's something that affects you or not. But now that my body is much more balanced and my blood sugars are much more stable, and you know, I've done all that like work on my hormones, I can tolerate these fine again. So yeah, I've been having these in the smoothie, really enjoying them. I do love berries. Berries are also my go-to, and actually in my freezer I just picked up some frozen berries from the shop, so they are going to last me maybe a couple of weeks. And then we've also got some lemons. I like to have some lemon water in the morning, or I like to squeeze these on top of my greens in a salad. Little tip, squeezing lemon juice onto your greens will actually help increase your iron absorption. So that is all the fruit and veg that I've got from the market this week, but this afternoon I am going to be going to the main supermarket and picking up all of the other essentials that I need for the week. So I will speak to you guys in a bit to show you everything that I get there. Okay, I'm actually going to sit like this so you can actually see me while I'm talking as well. Okay, so before I dive into all of this, I'm just going to quickly say I don't follow any particular diets, because I know some people might be wondering if I do, and the answer is no, I don't. So I do eat a little bit of fish and meat here and there. I must say I definitely keep my consumption to a minimum, but for me as an individual, I've tried vegan diets, I've tried vegetarian, and my body definitely functions better, and I am much healthier actually having a little bit of meat and fish in my diet. So that's what I'm going to say on that topic. So to start off with, I have got 2 pieces of salmon, so I really like to get a pack of 2, and then I have 2 portions a week, and really like to get this in for my oily fish, get those lovely healthy omega fats in. Also got some organic beef as well. This is 5% fat beef with meats, not the fish actually, this I haven't bought organic, but with any kind of meat, like if I buy chicken, if I buy beef, I always buy it organic and make sure it's a really good quality one. Quality over quantity for sure. Okay, and then I also picked up a tin of tuna. I haven't had this in a very long time, but I just really fancied it this week, so I just picked up a tin of tuna this week. But this is not a regular thing that like I eat, particularly because I'm very conscious of the mercury levels that are in tuna. When it comes to mercury and fish, you want to try and stick to the smaller fish. They're going to have less levels of the heavy metals, things like mercury in there. The larger the fish, the higher the levels are going to be basically, and tuna is quite a big fish. So I really, to be honest with you, I haven't had this like in months, so this is quite a rare thing for me to get this. And if I do ever get tuna, I always buy it in olive oil as well, to avoid any of like the sunflower oils and all that kind of stuff. But that is all I've got in terms of like animal products. So that's exactly what I mean by try and keep it to a minimum. Okay, moving on, I've got 2 milks. So this is actually something from, well, not from the UK, but we have this in the UK. So this is the Innocent brand, and they sell this over here in France. And I picked up this because, oh my God, it is so hard finding an almond milk over here, or a nut milk in general, that just didn't have. I don't like having rice milk, it's quite high in sugar. Same with oat, I'm very careful with that, particularly if you saw my blood glucose video. yeah, we want to keep that down. So I tend to either go for almond or like hazelnut, something like that. So this has been my go-to here at the moment. And then I've also picked up the CARBINOL brand, the Bio, so just like this is organic. And this is the without sugar almond milk. This one does have a couple of extra ingredients, so the innocent is definitely better in terms of simplicity. Okay, moving on, a couple of tins of beans I've picked up. We've got 2 cans of kidney beans. We're going to be making some like bean mixes this week for like nachos and things. We want to do that as a dinner idea this week. And also really good for making like bean burgers, stuff like that, or chucking in soups, stews, things like that. So yeah, I like to have some of those on hand. Also got a tin of lentils. I love lentils, they're a really good source of protein, and you know, if I'm making it, particularly for lunch, whatever I'm making, even if it's a pasta dish or if I'm just having a salad or whatever it is, I just chuck in some lentils for some extra protein, and yeah, they really blend well into meals, so I really like those. The passata, always handy for sauces. This isn't that interesting, but like, what is this called? Bouillon, there you go. Right, nut butters, oh my God. So firstly, this is the standard. I got an almond butter. I love putting a little bit of nut butters, particularly in my morning smoothies. And then this, oh, this is amazing. So this is from a health store here called, I think it's called Bio. Anyway, they have one of those machines where you can like make your own nut butter in store. And they've got this one which has hazelnuts and then dark chocolate in it. It is literally incredible. So I've only got a little bit because honestly I could eat the whole thing in one sitting. It's so good. I haven't tried it yet, but that on like a little bit of banana, I bet that tastes amazing. I've got some pasta. I do actually have some buckwheat pasta in the cupboard, but I've also picked up some red lentil spaghetti, which I love this. We don't have this in the UK. But yeah, this is by the brand Barilla. So if you're in France, definitely look out for it. A bag of oats. I really am trying to cut my oats down. If you saw my like blood glucose video, you'll know that I discovered that oats are a massive trigger for me and my blood glucose levels. So this bag will last me a very long time because my portions now are absolutely tiny because I'm really conscious of that. I've got some oats for my smoothies if I do put it in. And then I've got a load of baking stuff because we are actually going to make some of the raspberry muffins. I think I've made them on my channel before. I'll link them if I can find the video. So I've got some buckwheat flour. I bought this from Bio. I've also got some almond flour. So yeah, I know almond flour can be quite hard to find. And actually what I found really interesting is I actually have found it's so much more accessible in supermarkets over here than it is actually in the UK. So if you're in France, you should be able to get this pretty easily. Raspberries, obviously, to go inside the muffins. We've also got the baking powder sachets. My mum also got some vanilla extract. I might also try and make some cookies. Pink Himalayan salt. Also got some tomato puree. And then some herbs and spices, or mainly just spices actually. So we've got a little bit of paprika. We've also got some cinnamon for the baking, but also I like to put a bit of that into my smoothie in the morning. I think this is probably just cassia, but if I could choose, I would go for CEYLON cinnamon because that is really, really good for improving your insulin sensitivity, really good for your blood glucose levels. And then I've also got some like onion granules. These are great for cooking. I really like having these in the cupboard. Okay, so I do not eat bread often, to be honest with you. I try and keep my refined carbs down and focus my carbohydrates more on things like quinoa, or I guess this is a refined carb, but the other exception would be like a bit of pasta. But in terms of bread, I really keep it down. But we did just get this because we're just going to use a couple slices for our burgers, which I know sounds really weird, but it works for us and we don't complain. So this is by the brand, if you're French, you're probably going to laugh, Joblé. But this is gluten-free and dairy-free, and it's just a brown bread. Anyway, that is everything. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little food haul. Give it a thumbs up if you did. If you aren't already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Also, if you aren't already, make sure you're following my vlog channel, which is just Ebony Jane. I'll leave a link down below. Over there, you'll also see like more day in the life stuff, and also like my vlog of like me in France at the moment and kind of what I'm going up to. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to this channel and the vlog channel. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Send you all my love and positivity, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.